Hello and welcome back to the show. I got a real short episode for you guys today. It's all cruisers. I had a ton of footage, but it was mostly of me just running away or getting blobbed. Super tough flying bigger ships, and even just cruisers. Little 11 million-isk cruisers are tough to find good fights in, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. This first fight is against a Hecate, a Tech 3 destroyer. And basically what I'm doing for him is, I knew that he was blaster fit, so I didn't want him to close range. I want him to take as long as possible for him to close range. Me using medium guns, I do have a little bit extra range. And he's going to have absolutely no transversal whatsoever. I'll have absolutely no trouble hitting him because he's just approaching me. And I, in turn, am just flying just away from him. This allows me to get a bunch of free DPS while he's slowly trying to bridge that gap. He turns out to be hull tanked as well, so I didn't have to contend with like a rep or anything, and he doesn't even get me through my shields. And this is a armor buffer Thorax that I'm flying with electron blasters and a 1600 plate. So again, it just goes to show the strength of having a plan in place before you engage. Knowing what your enemy is on D-scan before he lands, and then kind of formulating, what you think you're going to do, and have that kind of set in your brain to follow that kind of paradigm. It can bite you in the butt because it might take you longer to change your mind or to change your tactic because you're so focused on completing, the plan you set forward. But the second fight is a Caracal, and right off the bat, I just overheated my MWD towards him, even though I was only 10 kilometers away. I knew that if it were me flying a Caracal, the second I landed on that beacon, I was going to overheat my prop mod and fly it directly away from a blaster Thorax. Lucky for me, I was able to get in there and dual weapon scram him before he could really pick up any velocity, and just am able to secure the tackle and get him so he's not going to be moving. Also, he is rapid light missile launch. Wow, it's so hard to say that. Rapid light missile launcher fit. Which means that he's got a clip, and then he's got, a really long reload after he fires that clip. So basically, I just have to survive long enough to get him to go to his reload, and then I get about 30 seconds of free damage, just about. So, you can see he got me down to about quarter armor before he went on reload, but then he's just got nothing left in the tank. He has no way to really reliably deal damage to me. He's just have a drone or 2 or 3, but nowhere near enough to get through the rest of my buffer. And so, again, I'm not orbiting, I'm not doing anything. I want to just keep as low transversal as I can to get the biggest hits that I can. So I'm keeping at range between, a kilometer and 2 kilometers, because that's the optimal for my blasters. And just trying to zonk him down before he gets that reload in. But really, this fight was decided the second I got dual weapon scram on him right at the beginning, because it meant that he couldn't, keep range on me and get damage on me while I wouldn't be able to get damage on him. So, and if I would have been sitting at 0 on the gate or on the beacon, it probably would have had the same outcome. But having the ability to fly at the beacon with an overheated prop mod allows you to carry a little bit of inertia, because he's going to look at where you are and double click in the opposite direction, and you've already got a kilometer to a second head start on him. So you're going to have a good inertia pushing towards him. And then I flew back to my home base and repaired my armor and the heat damage on my modules, and a guy in local asked me if I wanted to fight, and I said, well, of course. And I met him at the medium beacon, and it kind of was about the same thing too. I didn't know what fit he was rocking. Even if I would have zoomed in on his ship, I probably wouldn't have recognized which guns were which. If he would have been autocannon or arty fit. It turns out that he's arty fit. Dual prop mod, but he doesn't have a scram. So I start my MWD in his direction, and then when I get close, I overheat for a cycle, and then I'm able to get the double web scram on him, just kind of keep him in place. But he is kind of going faster than me, and that's simply because he's got an afterburner fit. But because he doesn't have me scrammed, I'm allowed to keep closing that gap, and I just cycle my MWD and close here. I actually thought that he was armor tanked, considering how fast I went through his shield, but it turns out that he wasn't. So he was more just like a kitey artillery fit, just to keep away. But either way, it just goes to show that you should take fights even if you don't know the outcome. I have my moments of being risk averse, but in general, you're never gonna know until you try. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I think Abraham Lincoln said that. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. I don't really know what I'm gonna do next, so if you have any ideas, hit me up on Twitter or send me a message in game or something. Anyway, we'll see you out there.